Y'all already see the title. Y'all already see the thumbnail. I'm not gonna waste any of y'all time, so let's get straight into it.
Around 2018, Brittany Renner went viral when she posted a picture at the University of Kentucky Wildcat.
I remember this picture. I think this was early on when it was coming out that she was with PJ Tucker and stuff like that.
It's basketball game. She was there to see a particular player, PJ Washington, and it wasn't because she was so.
My apologies, PJ Washington. I said Tucker, the nigga from the Rockets. That's true. Well, I don't know if he even with the Rockets no more, but yeah, PJ Washington. That's on me.
Interested in basketball. She was interested in something else. And by the time PJ Washington left the
she is pretty as hell though. I ain't gonna lie. She's pretty as hell.
Program in 2019 in Kentucky, he was drafted number 12 overall in the 2019 NBA draft by the Charlotte Hornets. But he didn't just go to Charlotte by himself. Brittany Renner came with him. And by the time 2021 came, well, there was more booty clapping sounds. And the results of those booty clapping sounds was a new kid. But of course, all good things seem to come to an end. PJ Washington and Brittany Renner had went their own separate ways. And we all wanted to know why it happened.
What was the last straw for you?
Honestly, the OnlyFans stuff. And he told me he had never purchased anything and wasn't doing this and this, and literally I just gotta tell the truth. I pulled up bank records that he had in the safe that we had, and I saw all these charges, and it was like a 2-year-old lie, and I'm like,
ain't gonna lie, that probably is. Once you start pulling bank records and stuff like that, you can't get away from that. I don't think you can get away from no bank records, cause that's gonna show everything.
You still didn't tell the truth about this?
Right. And this was for OnlyFans?
Yeah, and there's a lot of other stuff too.
Like what?
Like catching him watching someone that I know, Tiana's.
Damn.
Oops, that's the fucking truth.
According to Brittany Renner, PJ Washington was hiding the fact that he was subscribing to certain women on OnlyFans, including one of her friends, in which PJ Washington was watching her porn. This frustrated Brittany Renner because she now looked at PJ Washington as a liar, and she wasn't going to deal with him any longer. Now, we got to understand one thing. Even though Brittany Renner was willing to deal with PJ Washington being 7 years younger, he was on a short leash. That means that at any given time that he made a mistake, she was looking to leave the guy simply because he didn't have enough experience and he wasn't the kind of man that she really respected nor that she wanted to be with. So she would be with him under certain booty clapping conditions, and he just didn't make the cut. PJ Washington ended up with somebody else around his age, and everything seemed to be okay.
Hopefully everything work out with them. Seemed like he moved on, got married. I ain't even know that. Hopefully everything working out good. Hopefully, if he was doing that with the OnlyFans with the group, hopefully he ain't doing that no more. That definitely could destroy marriage or a relationship.
Okay, with him. But rewind! But before meeting PJ Washington, Brittany Renner had the opportunity to meet Kevin Gates. Now, her experience with meeting Kevin Gates was completely
Completely
different.
I remember everybody talking about it when it happened.
Than that of PJ Washington. Kevin Gates.
I ain't gonna lie, imagine being with somebody, bro, and your girl's a reporter or whatever, and then she get to interview somebody, and then the person grab her and hug her and start kissing on her and stuff like that. What would you do? How would you feel? That's pretty crazy. That'd be crazy. If I seen some shit like that.
Is much older and somebody she respected a whole lot more. And even though Kevin Gates was married, that didn't stop Brittany Renner from pouring
That nigga was mad at the time.
out all of her affections.
In 2019 is when I first saw you, and you were actually, Will and I worked together, and you were the only person that I wanted to see.
I think both of them are crazy. Based on the videos I've seen this over Kevin Gates over the years and Brittany Renner, they both seem toxic than a motherfucker. They seem perfect for each other, in my eyes.
Entire festival, and today in 2022, it still rings true. You were the only person I wanted to see.
Did you like what you saw?
I actually loved it. I actually love what I'm seeing now. Yeah.
Again, she likes what she sees. Even though Kevin Gates is completely married to Dreka Gates at this point, it doesn't matter. Dreka Gates had been with Kevin Gates for a long time, even supporting him when he was locked up. She even produced some of his projects and put them together. But there was Brittany Renner.
I ain't know she did all that. I ain't know. That's crazy. She putting in some work. Jacob was putting in some work.
Flirting with a married man. But it doesn't matter because she really loves the guy. But fast forward! After the breakup with PJ Washington, Brittany Renner did a series of podcast interviews, one being with Anton Daniels. And at this particular time, Brittany Renner was really selling this whole idea that she actually knew her self-worth and she wanted to find a new person under certain conditions.
You don't think that you'll ever have a regular relationship? Like a normal, hey, listen, we one big family? Because a lot of the things that you reference, you say, yo, I want to wear the pajamas on Christmas and all of that other type of stuff. You don't think that that's a realistic goal for you?
In my heart, it's on my heart, so I know it's real. But from what I've seen so far and feeling kind of like a guinea pig, because I'm
just interrupting right here. Based off what you just said, she said it's on my heart, so I know it's real. I would disagree with that. It's on your heart, so you know that's something that you want. I would say that. Because just because you feel some type of way don't necessarily make something reality. This is just stuff I tell myself when I'm like having that type of conversation with myself. Like certain stuff be on my heart, but I'm like, is that reality? And if it's not reality, is it something I can do to make it reality? That's just my little thoughts on it.
one of the OG Instagram girls. Like, you know what I mean? There's a handful of us.
Is she? Is Brittany Renner one of the OG Instagram females? I don't remember her back then. OG for me is like 2012. When I got on Instagram in 2012, I don't even remember who was OG Instagram girls back in 2012. I remember one girl, I forgot her name. Black China. She was like one of them OGs. And there was some other, but I don't remember all them girls.
But it feels like even if athlete, rapper, or someone in the industry, that most likely won't be a monogamous, committed, devoted relationship.
Now, she doesn't really want to deal at this particular point in her life with celebrities or anybody else because she doesn't want to deal with anybody cheating on her. She's looking for somebody who wants to be with her and be in a serious relationship. This is interesting because eventually we will find out that after this relationship, she would then change her faith and then turn to Islam. But before that time came, Kevin Gates would make the transition.
Pretty as hell. I ain't heard nothing about them being no. I just looked at her. She is pretty as hell. Kind of show more of her face when she covering everything else up.
First into Islam, even converting his own wife, Dreka Gates. And now he went on.
Is being Islam and being Muslim, is that the same thing? For anybody that do know, is like being Islam and being Muslim, is that like the same thing? Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm ignorant to it, so y'all let me know.
To the podcast with Young Miami to express certain things about the religion and if he was allowed to take more than one wife.
Being Muslim, you can have multiple wives, right?
Say we can have 4, but 1 is preferred.
Okay, so if you can have...
I don't want multiple wives, I just want 1.
Okay.
I don't want that.
Why? Because
I just want my 1. I don't want to have multiple wives. I done did that already, that's bull. So I wouldn't want multiple wives. I mean, anybody that have multiple women, they look stressed out.
Stop the cap.
Kevin Gates says clearly, I'm not interested in a...
No, I do think when you if you got a rotation of women, you know what I'm saying, that you talking to, that you smashing on, whatever, I feel like that definitely can become stressful. You know what I'm saying? For me, I do get that, but multiple wives too. Same difference. I do think that could be very stressful. Just regardless of the religion, I just think that itself is stressful. You gotta deal with multiple women on a day-to-day basis while still gotta go out there and get it, mix it, you produce, then you gotta come home to that. And they women, they might bicker, they might argue. It don't matter how on good terms, but they women. It's just what it is. That's what they gonna do. The same way when be like, just let boys be boys. When you just see boys fighting for no reason, like it's just. That does seem tough, and it's nothing against them or against the man. It is what it is. I could see how that could be stressful
other women, because that's just lame. But then when him and Brittany Renner finally get back together, he's talking to his mother about the criticism that he's receiving online. Now remember, Kevin Gates was cheating on Dreka Gates allegedly for so long, and Dreka Gates is a really, really nice wife, and we'll get back into that in just a moment. But Kevin Gates was telling his own mother this.
Hey, Mom, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't care about what nobody say about me or what they think about me. You talking about people who ain't never killed nothing and ain't gonna never let nothing die. Ain't nobody on this earth can stop breathing because of you. So your opinion don't even matter to me. I don't care how grandma say. I don't care what they say, baby. They mother mouth ain't no prayer book.
The way I feel about, I respect them on that. Like, ain't nobody else mouth their prayer book. I guess depending on the person you talking about, because people can pray for you, I guess, who do, but that just depends however you look at that whole situation. I just don't like. I guess I'm not necessarily a fan of him saying just because somebody ain't necessarily killed somebody or you didn't make somebody stop breathing. Like, to me, that don't mean nothing, because somebody with one body could take somebody out that got 15 bodies. It don't matter. Somebody with no bodies in the right circumstance could end a person that was a serial. Like, it don't really matter. You don't know what people are capable of. Never put nothing past anybody. So that's about the only thing regarding this.
Exactly.
I'm doing what a Muslim man supposed to do. Yeah. It take a village. I thought it was, yeah. Black people love to say, it take a village, but then when...
I feel like he just letting his ego talk. I understand it. Sometimes I let my ego talk. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. But right now, from what I'm saying, what I'm getting that he just talking out of his ego right now.
Once I become a village, oh, it's a problem now.
Huh? No, he's telling his mom, I mean, I'm making a village. And Brittany Renner is right there like, oh, it's completely okay. Yeah, I'm eating it up. So he can have his first wife, which is Dreka Gates, and then all of a sudden have Brittany Renner on the side when Brittany Renner clearly said that she did not want this situation. Now, let's go back to Dreka Gates. Dreka Gates also converted to Islam, just like Brittany Renner did. And again, Dreka Gates doesn't seem to be a lady that is very confrontational.
You guys fight? No, not really. Okay, Kevin has this thing. He's like, a person would be really pissed off with you. And I was like, why? He was like, because you don't fight back. He's like, because you don't argue. Like, I really don't argue with him. Like, I'm not about to argue with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so amazing. Cause
I'm like, that shit loud. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Niggas would give up a good thing. I don't know her flaws or whatever, but that, don't argue. She ain't trying to argue with the, I ain't gonna like Kev, just based off what I see, you do seem like the type that would try to have banter with you back and forth, which I think could be a good thing at times with the whoop. But if you is trying to, you know how, y'all know things can turn up real quick. You say one thing wrong. You say one thing to where you get the other person, but instead of them taking it as they lost, they get in their feelings with the whoop. You know what I'm saying? It happens on both ends. She said she don't even be arguing. You got it. I don't know. What?
I will argue.
I know. And you know what's so funny?
Knowing me, sometimes I'm on one end. One sometimes I might be on the end of but I'm not about to go back. You got it. You got it. I'm not trying to go back and forth. You got it. Other times, I might be like, we gonna go all day. I'm canceling everything. We gonna go back and forth until I'm blue in the face. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? That's how I be feeling sometimes now. For it's like yelling and this and that. I try to do my best with that, because to me, I feel like you get nowhere with all that yelling, like whoop de whoop. And I don't necessarily even like to argue. I'm more so in the space now to where I'm just like, I don't want to argue with nobody. I just be like, all right, you got it. You know what I'm saying? But I will go back and forth sometimes. I might have a little playful back and forth. But if I see it's getting serious, I'm like, listen, it ain't. I don't even think it's that serious for us to be doing all that.
You know, I feel like he genuinely likes that.
Right.
But that's not why I don't do it. I just don't argue.
Right.
Like,
I think most females genuinely like it. I think most females genuinely like to just argue. You can set things up to actually be perfect, and you can just be like, well, I don't like this, or I think, okay, well, yeah, but I told you this last time, and you be like, what's the problem? Today was a good day. Why are you messing it up?
Like, you don't want to. Yeah, I'm not going there.
And even though Kevin Gates is clearly a liar and a womanizer, she still hasn't come out and defamed him. But somebody else did.
It's honestly just sick how I was just laid up with him.
Who that is? She pretty as hell.
And you seen it and decide to hit him up to meet up. Just disgusting. He called you washed several times and that you lost your glow. That just goes to show you how this man just uses women when it's beneficial to him. Just manipulative and narcissistic as you turned Muslim because it's a trend and it's honestly a mockery to the religion. Cut it out.
Now, this other chick is basically saying that Kevin Gates was just with her the other day and that he was even talking bad about Brittany Renner, and Brittany Renner converted over to Islam just because it's the thing to do. Now, it is sort of the thing to do. You see these rappers like Lil Durk doing it, but she only did so because of Kevin Gates. But wait, there's more. Brittany Renner has officially married, in some regard, Kevin Gates. She's showing this particular ring. She's showing up to the Basketball Wives premiere, and this is indicating that Kevin Gates is her new husband. Now, we already have heard some rumors that Dreka Gates is going to divorce Kevin Gates because of the cheating, and it seems
wait, you can get married while still not being divorced from another marriage. Y'all let me know how that works.
That Dreka Gates is kind of like in dismay, doesn't really know what to do with her life. And if you go and look at her ex, you can see that he's also left her in a bad situation. Look at this. Proud to say that I've successfully completed the first trimester of school, just started the second one. I will be completed with this in its entirety by January 1st, 2026. Hashtag sex and hashtag love coach. And if you can look at some of the
fine as hell
these particular like things that she's studying, I mean, it looks like this is basically something that's unaccredited and something that's like, I don't know, it's kind of like your normal credit repair kind of guru kind of thing. Like, this is somebody trying to reinvent themselves because their husband is no longer supporting them, so they're gonna try to reinvent themselves as a sex and love coach. And I don't know where the hell you go to school for that. And what it appears is that Kevin,
ain't gonna lie, low-key a smart move if she thinking about it just from a capitalistic situation. She was with Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates always talking about sex. A lot of people know him for being like, oh, this dude that's gonna get real nasty whoop-de-whoop when it come. And she was married to him, so that automatically kind of put her in the light of she quiet. She seemed like she his wife, cool, but you know she doing what she got to do on the back end because we know how he talking. That just kind of where my mind going with it. Y'all let me know if that's different for y'all.
Gates leaves his women dusty and confused and without much leadership. And this is what is concerning to me about this whole Brittany Renner thing. Not really that I care, but I can see that Brittany Renner's life is full of bad decisions and she's just made another one. Kevin Gates is a liar. I mean, he's a cheater. Everything, or even worse, of what you accuse PJ Washington of. But the reality is that you're willing to take it from Kevin Gates because you really love him. And you really didn't love PJ Washington. But Kevin Gates can get away with almost murder with Brittany Renner because she will go to the end of the world for this man. And that's usually how it is for certain women when they get with a man.
Personally, in my outlook, I feel like once that settle in, once they good, once they locked in and cool, well, they already kind of like that, but once time go by, just kind of knowing the type of person she is and the type of person he is, my thoughts, what I think, I could be wrong, I think that's gonna go downhill because they both toxic. I think that's gonna go downhill, and I feel like if that happened, if Kev did it to old girl that seemed like she was a good girl, like she was Dreka, she seemed, you know what I'm saying, from what I know or what I think I know, then I don't see this going too far. Not with her. He put a baby in her. She started acting weird with the whoop. I could just see that. Kev can flip. Kev can flip. Just based on what you know what I'm saying? He get the talking crazy at that point.
Man, they like. When it comes to you, they may not do that. For somebody else, they will. And you want to know what? That's okay with me. because she's going to end up in a precarious situation, and that's all her fault. She changed religions, she became a side chick, and Kevin Gates left allegedly Dreka Gates to be with Brittany Renner, a woman who seems to be pretty much perfect in my eyes. And if you think that Kevin Gates isn't gonna do that to Brittany Renner, something is seriously wrong with her, because he will. But Renner, we all told you so. So guys, what do you think of your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back?
Amazing video about O'Shea Duke Jackson. Y'all go support everything he got going. Y'all let me know what else y'all want to see in the comment section. I appreciate y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.